Hi everyone, I'm Gaurav Junarkar and I'm a program manager in Microsoft HPC and AI product team. Today I will be showcasing our framework for onboarding onto the Azure HPC and AI platform. At Azure, we seek partners from different industries with interesting use cases to showcase their software on our platform in the best possible light. With this in mind, we have embarked on a program to onboard partners on our platform, which makes it very easy for partners to get the benefits of the Azure cloud with minimal effort. At the end of my talk, I will be joined by Mike Potts, who's a director in cloud analytics from Altair, who will discuss the program and how this has worked for Altair. As more and more customers onboard onto Azure, they often seek validation. Specifically, customers want to know which applications will run on Azure HPC AI, what are the expected costs, and what kind of results should they expect to see. With this in mind, we created a go-to-market program for our partners. It really answers three questions. What is the best configuration for this workload on Azure? What is the expected performance? How to set it up, and the approximate Azure costs for running the benchmark models. In conjunction with our testing partner, Capgemini, we embarked on a program to acquire test licenses for applications and work with software vendors on the timeline, the scope, and the effort. We've created, quite simply, a digital certification factory. We install the licenses, we run the benchmarks, and we procure the results. The process has been designed to be largely hands-free for a software vendor who wishes to onboard onto the Azure HPC and AI platform. So what does this mean for partners? A partner provides to us a software license, executable file, relevant benchmarks and KPIs for the target industry, a data set for doing this, and then be available for technical Q&A for tweaks and optimization. In conjunction with our partner Capgemini, we produce a tested performance results, a curated recipe guide, developed in close consultation with the software vendor. And once published, Microsoft will support marketing and all co-sales activities for the relevant partner on Azure. Here is an overview of the recipe document we have produced. As you can see, it's pretty detailed. We show a high-level architecture. Additionally, we produce graphs which showcase the awesome performance a customer might see, and also the associated high-level Azure costs. So finally, to summarize this program, this is a collaborative approach wherein Microsoft, Capgemini, and the software vendor work hand in hand. And our goal is to showcase your software in the best possible light. Nothing will be shared without the explicit permission of the software vendor. We really want to produce a win-win scenario. We work jointly to produce a great customer experience. We support software vendors with introductions to Microsoft customers. And finally, we've tried to make this as easy as possible for our software partners. All of this material is hosted on this dedicated GitHub page. This contains all the artifacts to the program, and I can show you various parts of the web page. As a software vendor on Azure, we will feature your logo prominently and all the applications that you are supporting on the Azure platform. Over and above, we have a link which will provide an overview of the Azure HPC and AI platform. And finally, we have invested in a Microsoft Learn module, which will provide you a good understanding on how to run your workload on Azure. Now I'd like to bring in Mike to learn about Altair's experience on onboarding onto the HPC and AI platform. Hi, Mike. Thanks for joining our call today. I really appreciate your time. I'd like to first start off by just introducing you and your company to our audience. What does Altair do, and what do customers use their products and services for?
Sure. Thanks for having me today, Gauhar. It's great to talk to you, and I'm excited to dig into this a little bit. Altair as a company has been around since 1985. We're a global leader in computational science and intelligence that provides software and cloud solutions for simulation, high performance computing, data analytics, and artificial intelligence. We basically enable organizations across all industries to compete more effectively, drive smarter decisions, and really create optimized and faster time to market for companies that want to develop and test products. We've actually been helping companies for over 30 years in this regard.
And most of your companies are, most of the customers you serve are in the manufacturing sector and broadly the product development sector.
Yeah, so now that we have a portfolio of tools that include data analytics, we have HPC enablement, along with our legacy simulation and design. We actually are across most verticals. So you can think about automotive, you can think about aerospace, you can think about energy, you can think about telecommunications, banking and finance, really across the gamut.
That's great. That's great. So how is Altair participating in the Azure HPC validation program?
Yeah, so this is a great program. We appreciate participating. We're working closely with Microsoft really to run our solvers. So these are high compute intensive applications that do a lot of analysis and looking at how do we solve problems faster for companies. So if you think about like aerodynamics and how do you make a vehicle more efficient, and looking at discrete element modeling, and how do pharmaceutical companies make drugs that are going to be more impactful. We our solvers solve those types of problems.
So what's your experience been like? How did it go?
Yeah, so working with the team at Microsoft's been very very good. We have good expertise on the Microsoft side to ensure that we're looking at the right infrastructure. It's been helpful for our team to provide guidance on which machine types the solvers are going to be most effective on, and really kind of bringing up the level of understanding across both organizations. And so what I think that translates to is a better recipe for customers. So when they're looking at migrating workloads, Altair workloads to Azure, they have very good guidance, and they're able to do that more easily, faster, with better results.
That's great. Mike, can you break it down further? Like, what was the sort of, how did this work? How did it all come about, step by step, if it's possible for you to go into details?
Yeah, so working with you and the team, we kind of recognize this as an opportunity to kind of provide a baseline of instructions for customers to look at what solver workloads are they running, if they need that additional compute that the Azure infrastructure provides. They know which machine types they're going to be able to be most effective on, and most cost efficient as well. And so, in working with the team, they've created a good instruction set. We're looking across multiple machine types and what the performance is, both from a time standpoint, but also from a cost efficacy. And it's been iterative. The process has been iterative, but there's learning on both sides, and I think that we're really improving as we go along. And I think that this program, is going to be very helpful for customers, and I'd like to see it, continue to evolve.
That's great. Can you talk more about the benefits that Altair has received through this program?
Yeah, so I think that it's useful for us to have, kind of a neutral party to validate the solvers. Many times we're into it because we're building the products, and so it's good to have Microsoft come in and provide an objective viewpoint. We're running it on across the infrastructure, as far as I understand, and so it's good to understand which machine types are going to be more performant and more optimized for kind of the various customer use cases. But I also think there's good benefit for the Microsoft team to learn more about the Altair solvers themselves, the use cases, and also get the guidance from the experts at Altair.
It's great. Any suggestions for improvement, Mike? We're all open in terms of like how we can better this program, or if there's anything we can do from our side.
Yeah, I think we have a really good start. I think there, as I mentioned earlier, there's learning on both sides. And as the infrastructure, the Azure infrastructure continues to evolve, and our product capabilities continue to evolve, I'd like to see us, continue down this path, because I think that in the end, not only do Microsoft and Altair benefit, but our mutual customers do as well. So thank you for running the program, and yeah, we look forward to continuing to make it better and improve it.
Great. That's awesome to hear. Thank you so much for your time, Mike. I really appreciate you jumping onto this call and giving us your insights. This has been an eye-opening experience. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Well, that does it for me, folks. It's been a pleasure talking to all of you. Click on the resource links attached here to learn more and have yourselves a fantastic rest of the day.